uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Starts with a jump in. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? Starts off zoning with fireballs. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Player one chases them down. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Knockdown. Uses the target combo as a filler. Sees it coming and blocks it out. KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Checking their reaction to the fireball? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps up, rushes that off, and keeps going. Goes for the rush. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Going in. Throws a fireball. Player one, blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Now that's how you use an impact. Experiencing burnout. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably sets up with the jump in. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Looking for a chance. Wrong critical. What's gonna happen? Gets the critical art. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. Player one can add a bit of kisses the fireball. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Opens with a jump in. Medium kick hits. Perfect execution with the anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Player one is in a quick uses their drive gauge. What are they gonna do? Hazanshu! Wrecks them! Gotta do better than that! This could lead to some big damage! Player one needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Needs to cross that off! There's a drive impact! Are we gonna see a comeback here? That combo finishes it! Player two made some smart moves there! Great game! They're still hungry! Both sides stepping up for the rematch! Adds a bit of OD spice though! Connects with medium kick. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. No good up high. Knockdown. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Picture perfect punish time. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Well-timed corner switch. Combo gets him. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. That drive impact is blocked. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Max SA gauges. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. Perfect read with the drive parry. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Who will set the bait at this range? Back into the court, KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. They are letting it fly from the get-go. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Excellent, smart use of the invincibility on the Overdrive Tensho. Connects with the throw. Hits the drive. SDK hits. Anti-air in the clutch. Player block to shut out the impact.
Impact counter! Oh, that's so sick! Vintage!
Yukosho getting in some real damage. Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out, but the strong super art incoming.
Bring in the heat!
Spends it all on the super! Not shy one bit about it! Slams the super! Time for dessert! A real test of... Ooh, does them dirty! I can't believe it! They are done! Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Looking to follow up after that target hits them with a stop and pop! Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact! Amazing concentration on display as they punished when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Both fighters will want to make something happen while avoiding burnout state. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Was looking for that jump attack. Oh, easy tech. Projectile to try and change the situation. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Stick that was a tough cross-up. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Hazatsu threw him off with the overhead. Connects with medium kick. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Out of range. Relatively safe. Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 has an empty drive of super art. Uses the target combo as a filler. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Okay, here weaves Hazatsu. Gets him with a Euro step. Turns out. A single hit but drops them. Nice fireball. Overhead. What a finish. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. They are letting it fly from the get-go. All the throw connects. Jumps. Both players look for something to work. The overhead denied. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Hits them with a stop and bomb. SBK hits. Sets up with the jump in. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Both sides getting ready. Target combo into, connects with the throw. Oh, here we go. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from home? Yo, Rock, super hit. Rattling the inside of their head with the Hayabusa. Yukosho from heaven. Here comes the boom. Opens them right up. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Ready?
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Shows the overhead. There's a corner switch. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Reads them. That slight doubt is all it took. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Jump. Spinning bird kick. Throw connects and does big damage. No escape from the throw. Reads the command grab. The throw missed. Smart play with the throw. Going in, both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. That's a big gap. Blocks the low kick. We're at a standstill. Crowns him from above. What now? Pokes with the overhead denied. Screw pile driver. There's no escape. Oh, Burns, what a finish. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Gets him with the anti-air. Potential takes him. Uses the parry. A parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 1 can still turn this around. Goes for the super arc? Alright, what's coming up next? Shoots off a fireball up close. Holds out with the block. They need to rely on their instincts here. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Medium kick hits. There's the drive impact that's going to be in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Checks with a medium kick. Are we going to see some fireworks here? The jump-in is denied. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're still feeling each other out, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 creates a good hits him with a stopping box. Looking to plant him with a pile drive. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive up. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Barely blocks the jump-in. Escapes with the reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. Target locked and scoop. Looking for a chance. They're going for the super arc. A quick breather. Can they make the most of it? Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The Swarm coming and goes for the Boris anti-air. Checks with a medium kick. Oh my god, they just choked it up! Vintage! Backed into the corner. What setup do they have? What's next? Ooh, what a smart throw! Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Shrugs that off! More fuel to the fire! Cook them up! Will this be enough to kill?
Let's go!
Are they dead? Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. That barely connected, but it still counts. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. All right, player 2 with the life lead. Not a small life lead, but it's not over. Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? What are they thinking here? Who's it gonna be? The super armor does its job. Heats it up with a combo into super. Player 2 chases them down. Shoots off a fireball up close. The comeback's gonna be tough now. Can they do it? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Holds out with the block. Feeling out the spacing. Player 1 is almost dead, but some cluster KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Uses the fireball to try and establish the hits them with a stop and bop. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Spinning bird kick. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Side switch in the corner. Up tap to close it. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Elite adds a bit of OD spice there. Blocks the impact. Gets the jump in. Both fighters look to set things. Picks the air throw. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. What now? Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Hits them with confidence. Throws them. Both sides. Oh, yo! Rock super hit. Super. That's what we wanted. Wouldn't Super Art do anything? A real test of nerves here. That combo finishes it. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Ready? Then show me.
I'll take on all of you. Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Shows the overhead. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Goes for the fireball. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Who's going to break the silence first?
No escape.
Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how to KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Still very early in the round. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Target locked and scoop. Looking for a chance. Medium kick hit. What'll happen here? Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Utilizes the parry here to try and establish the pace. Both fighters planning something? Whips with that huge attack. Jumps? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running. It's a good spot to use the super. Player 1 anticipated that throw. Long-range fireball to break the silence. The throw is denied. Nothing but air. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. One chance here. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
They are letting it fly from the get-go.
Throws a fireball. Jumps in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return.
Keep the Sorte Bronca. We're gonna see what a beast Sunday is with their feet here.
Player 2 needs to take advantage.
Oh, plot twist.
Dangerous range here.
SBK hits.
But there's the drive impact. Turns out.
Reach out and hug him.
Player 2 can't win this, which adds a bit of OD spice. Closes it out. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. They knew that throw was coming. Brushes off the throw. Tries to bait him with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. That's one huge life lead. Is this going where we think it is? Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this or opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Oh, says no to the impact. Hits them with a stopping bot. Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Looking to plan him with a pile driver. Knockdown and... drive gauge gap here. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Target locked and scoop. Still slugging it out at this range. Impact finish. It was more than enough. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Reads them. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Was that a good decision? Well-timed command throw there. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Strings it all together. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The jump in catches them. Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. In a dire situation. They can't afford any mistakes. Where is their opening? Goes into the stance. Gets them. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Looking to plan him with a pile driver. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Spins the bar on a Picoso. What'll happen here? Brushes that off and keeps going. Barely blocks the jump in. Big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink? Oh, what's this? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish count. Player 1 in dire experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning something? Connects with the throw. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Ooh, done them dirty. Oh, here we go. Flatline zone. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Fight! Who's going to steal? Brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to plant him with a pile driver. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight.
Reach out and hug him.
Ooh, you never know what can happen here.
A projectile to say, get off of me.
Dangerous range here. Sticks out a kick.
Oh, this will break him.
Player 1 can't let this simmer.
They gotta start cooking.
Down on life. They gotta make a move. Player 1 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. Burns out. Keeps him out.
SBK hits. All in with a rush. Player dashes out the cage right there.
Oh,
Hits the critical arc. They gotta bust out the protractors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while this damage plays out.
Player 1 can't.
It is over.
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Ready? Then show me.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Gets a good read on their opponent. Deals some sick damage though in exchange for some meter. Was that a good decision? Player 1 has used up all of their drive range. Knockdown. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. All right, what's coming up next? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Overhead. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes to the overdrive. Big, low, reaching heavy. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Shows a medium kick. Grabs and throws them away. That throw will do some good damage. Both fighters have a...
Just goes for it at this range.
Manages to block the jump-in attack. How can they steal this win in such a precarious...
Anti-air in the front. Finds the target.
Looking for a chance. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? They can't squander this punish counter chance. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal.
Gotcha. In action. Bring in the heat.
Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round.
Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Starts things off with a jump in.
Hits the drive.
Barely blocks the jump in. Connects with medium kick. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Parry connects. Overhead, but it won't work. Oh, here we go. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Dangerous range here. Somehow manages to block the drive impact misses. They're drunk. Oh my god, they just choked it up. There's a burnout. Player 1 is in burnout state. Sets up with the jump in. Overhead attack. Ugh, burns out.
Answers with a fireball.
They're just gonna go for it with the super.
Oh, come on, kid. It is over.
Player 1 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
Nothing stops this train.
Rattles them with a spinning bird. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. Throws out the fireball to check it. They both need to stand firm here and deal with it. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Gets the jump in. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. It's a good KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
Dashes! Hazanshi threw him off with the overhead. Rattles them with a spinning hook, sends the bar on the Kikosho. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Potential kicks. Nice counter. Going in? Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Sneaks in above. Knockdown and overhead attack. But connects with the throw. You've got a Biffen making a big closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Ready? Then show me.
Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. Goes for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Okay, they trade hits. Was looking for that jump attack. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Does a good job of pushing back. Squeezes the gauge. Projectile to try and change the situation. Both can end the round now. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. What'll happen here? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Charges forward. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Zones with the fireball. Hazanshi threw him off with the overhead. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fun. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Player 2 will need to use their meter here wisely. No contest so far. How is it gonna flawless them? They got him so quick. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round. It's now or never. Jumps and whips. They're wide open. Spinning bird kick. Reflects that off. Manesh Dware for the long game return. What are they gonna do? Shakes things up with a fireball. Jump knocked him out of the air. Slick overdrive Mitchell there to call them out. The drive impact doesn't work. Nothing stops this train. Vintage. They were sitting on their meter for this super art. The super block. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Burns out. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Tries to act risky medium kick. Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Close range projectile. Jumps up. Reaches out with the lightning kick. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. Now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets the jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Looking for a chance. They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of the stage. Gets them with the anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Shows a medium kick. Jumps. Connects with medium kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Transverse. The hip throw connects. Player 2 needs to use the... Oh my god, they just choked it up! Risky up-close scrap still going.
Taps him on the dome.
Time to go for... You need guts to pull that off! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? This is it! Who's gonna take it all? Saw that coming. Are they trying to bait a throw? They may have something up their sleeve. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. What are they gonna do? The metal level is getting there. Pressure's really mounting up. So, what's next? Medium kick into... Back and cross that off! With super arts into play. Get ready to be thrown to the sun! Oh, here we go! Dangerous range here. Serenity! Stance change! Drops them!
Nothing stops this train. Swan Lake is on fire now.
Closes it out! Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle!
Talk about a show.
That match had it all. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Goes into the stance. Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Nice Manes Dore, getting those throws all pumped up. Taking stock. And a super activation. Looking to score, so picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Holds out with the block. Spinning bird kick. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Gets scooped from down low. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Shuts that down with a parry. Hits them with a stop and block. Lynching! Rattles them with a spinning. Uses the gauge for a super art. We have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to turn this around. Going in? Are they thinking about how to steal this round? You've got to X in there! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Throws him down. Was well in range to score the throw. Opts for the throw. All right. Goes for the fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponents can't jump it. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Blocks the low heavy. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Life Legal experiencing burnout. Brings out the super art. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player one with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. The super doesn't hit. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Chin-right kick for a mix-up. Sneaks in above. Rattles them with a spinning bird. Goes for the jump in. Jumps? What'll happen here? A super art? This Dragon Last Flame could be big. Knockdown and experiencing burnout. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Punish counter on reaction. Player one has depleted the low kick hits. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Low heavy, but no go. Nice fireball. What a finish! Player one was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Ready?
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. All right, what's coming up next? Player two is in burnout. Drives off the table. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Spends it on the super art. Gets the jump in. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Rattle gets them. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Throws out a projectile. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Using the super can open up huge chances for you. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. You gotta be careful not to whip at a super art. Gets the jump in. Goes into the stand. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Jumps in. In there. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Grabs him. steps in for the throw. Well, they manage to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. The impact gets blocked. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Where's their opening? They couldn't shake the projectile. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going.
Hits them with a stop and pop.
Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out.
Spinning bird kick.
Player 1 needs to use the threat of the put the super armor to good use. A quick breather. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. The throw whiffs. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Throws a fireball.
Excellent block.
KO! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Shows the overhead. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Tries to bait him with the projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 needs to deal with this. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Experiencing burnout. Looking to impress with this super.
Serving them a severe beatdown, and the fun's just starting.
Blocks the low heavy and fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Player 1
Love tap to close it.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Gets scooped from down low. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now?
Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Blocks it.
Sees it coming and blocks it out. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return.
Gets in a Hazanshi. Player hits him with a stop and pop.
Sneaks in above. Barely blocks the jump in. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Rattles them with a spinning bird, nails the overdrive arrow kick. Going in, Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter in it.
And eats it.
They push their way out of the corner.
SBK hits.
They're in range.
Kick closes it out.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Can't tech the throw. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Takes a trip. Checks them with a projectile. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. From up above. All right, what's coming up next? Gets them. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Throws out a projectile. Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Shows the medium kick. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. With breather. Denies the jump in. Rattles them with a spinning hook. It's a good spot to use the super. Are we going to see a comeback here? Goes for the area, wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Great match. Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Ready?
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Low kicks are a no-go. Saw that low heavy coming. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. What are these fighters thinking now? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Nice cross-up. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? The jump-in is deep. Gets him. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump-in. Can't tech the throw. Impact's a no-go. Forcefully closes the gap. Jumps. Reaches out with the lightning kicks. Denied. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Gets scooped from down low. Drive rush to keep it going. Flushes that off and keeps going. Ooh, what a smart throw. Springs forward with the drive rush.
SBK hits.
Experiencing burnout. No way. No signs of a KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Neither of them willing to back off here. Knockdown. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. Taking KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Player two didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Player two, burnout activates. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Knockdown, and this unleashes some big damage. Player two experiencing burnout.
Cannon spike!
Connects with the throw. What now? Player one, no! Stunned off the wall! This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned.
No problem.
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. Jumps in. Last round saw some incredibly calm nerves despite the odds stacked against them. This will be a big win if they can keep it up. Dangerous. This is gonna hurt. Player one is looking at a grim situation. There's a burnout. What's next? Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out, but the fire's still in place. They are in a real bad situation here. A fireball at that range? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Great match. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready?
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Heats it up with a combo into super. Not shy with the meter and lets off a level 2 super art. Knockdown. Jumps in. All right, what's coming up? Experiencing burnout. Slides and goes for the legs. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff.
Now you understand.
Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Changing up the beat with the hidden variable. Unfazed by the switch and block. Sends a bar on up to Kikocho. Now, can they finish the job? Player one will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Brushes that off and keeps going. A quick breather. Uses the target combo as a filler. Gets the throw and continues on the crowns him from above. Knockdown and can they use their drive to stage a comeback? Burnout activates. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Genius weave with that throw escape. The low kick hits. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Whip burns out. Closing moments of the match.
Cashes out the cage right there.
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. That was the highest if I've ever seen it. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Crowns him from above. Overdrive lightning kick. Anti-air in this one. Holy, drop that off.
Stack of arm forever elevator.
What now? Overhead.
Protect your neck.
Blocks the low kick. Knocks him out of the air. Punish counter on the action.
More fuel to the fire. Cook them up.
Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Right there's the burnout. Getting up close and personal. Burns out. They can. It is over. Player two made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Dashing smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player one chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Knockdown, KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Nice cross-up. Excellent jump in. Opts to continue the experiencing burnout. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Uses the target combo as a filler. Genius read. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner. Solid anti-air. Going in. Side switch. There's a change of side. KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Risky hidden variable.
Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Hits them with a stop and bomb. Spinning bird kick. Sends the bar on up to Kikocho. Flank pairs the burnout. Player two has the super gauge advantage. Okay, here we go. Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. The jump-in is enough anti-air in the clutch. Oh, here we go. The low kick hits. Player two still has it go out of sight. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Noticeable likelihood.
Dump them.
Player one
Made some smart moves there. Great game.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Uses the target combo as a filler. Throws them to negate the block. What are they thinking here? The right idea, but whiffs the air throw. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? They need to rely on their instinct. In there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. From upstairs! It's down to the wire.
Were they baiting them into that? Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho.
Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
Goes for the aerial Kikosho.
They're going for the super arc. Spinning bird kick. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Both experiencing medium kick. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Hits the drive. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. Player 1 is in burnout. That's gonna leave him rattled. What goes out of sight? Just smothering them with blows to rain on their parade. This kind of violence is a beautiful thing. Tricky hidden variable. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Throws him. Okay, here we go. Jumps. Ooh, what a smart throw. Noticeable life lead.
It is over.
Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Ready?
Round 1.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. Gets through the opening. The cross-up's good. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 is using their drive liberally. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. They block the overhead and gets them. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. A brave forward jump there to start. Throws them to negate the block. Shoots off a fireball up close. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Breaks the block with a throw. Looking for a chance. Player 2 is dominating this match. From low heavy to the throw missed. They were not clear for takeoff. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with the fireball. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Zones with the fireball. Connects with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Both fighters have a full super meter. Reads the jump in perfectly. Drops them. Good judgment there.
Reach out and hug him.
They're in the corner. This may change the match. Genius read with that throw escape. Throws them. There's a burnout.
Oh, plot twist.
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. I can't believe it. Dangerous range here. Screw pile driver.
You need guts to pull that off.
Player 2 clinches the win.
But that could have been anyone's game.
No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. This is gonna hurt. Jumps. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. The command grab doesn't make it. Goes for the fireball. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Grabs them. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they with this super art connect? That's not gonna hit. Knockdown. Player 2 KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Reads them. Target locked and scoop. Player 2 can build off this lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Looking to impress with this super. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Going in, experiencing burnout. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Connects with the throw. Player 1 cross-up attack. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. The drive impact doesn't work. Close range projectile. The drive gauge is strict. There's a burnout. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. That was the highest if I've ever seen one. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
They are letting it fly from the...
Ooh, what a smart throw. Big throws.
Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia.
Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2 needs to take advantage and reads the jump in perfectly. They are in a real knock them out of the air. Finds the target. Turns out. Overdrive lightning kick. With the this is gonna hurt. Player 1, this can lead to some big damage.
Get them in the air.
Player 2
Comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all.